Greetings fellow nerds, Tycho here, and today is a special day as we dive into a black and white portrait of one of my beloved characters, Benny, from One Pale Reflection. This particular piece was created during the book's launch party, and I cannot wait to share his adorable little face with you. Now, Benny has quite the unusual story. Imagine being an undead servant willingly giving up your life, only to end up with a chatty, peppy personality. Benny, once a lifeless thrall in Athos' undead army, now finds himself as the talkative and loyal companion of Black Knife, Athos' right-hand man. So let's start with the sketch. Benny, despite his skeletal appearance, is full of character. I've tried to capture his essence with an expression that reflects his friendly and goofy nature. He is always running around with a big goofy smile on his face, and honestly I don't think that there could be a better companion for Black Knife. Black Knife falls into depression quite easily, and Benny tends to try as best as he can to make the most out of a horrible situation. He is a really good balance for Black Knife, and the two of them need each other a lot. Doing little portrait sketches like these tend to go incredibly quickly, and before I know it, I'm already at the line art. I started writing One Pale Reflection when I was 14, which is over a decade ago, and Benny was my little light in the darkness too. I was going through a lot when I wrote One Pale Reflection, and having somebody who is effectively your ideal best friend and someone who was always going to be there for you was something that I really had desperately needed at the time. I think little me felt very alone, and I didn't even feel like the, quote, best friends that I had at the time could be trusted, and so I really longed for somebody like Benny to be able to divulge all my secrets to, and to fully trust knowing that he wasn't going to betray me. I would have loved to have a friend like Benny. Definitely the best part about this sketch for me was the armor. I haven't drawn Benny since I think I was in high school, so this was the first fresh take I've had with him in a long time. I wanted to put him in something that was fortified, fun, and had a lot of detail since this was going to just be a black and white portrait. Drawing armor is definitely one of my weaknesses, and I hope to get better at it as I continue to draw characters who have armor. I really have trouble with the little details, and I want to make sure that I stop and take the time that I need to make sure that the armor is crafted in a way that makes it interesting. My favorite part of this for me is not only seeing the line art come together, but then adding in all of these extra thick line art accents that give a lot of weight to the line art alone. I love line art, and so I enjoy being able to make it heavy. I still debate with myself every single day about whether or not I should have a more painterly style, and then I remember that I love line art, and then I decide to never have that thought ever again until it jumps out of the bushes at me, and I question everything, question my art style, and then just go back to line art. Now, as we dive into the black and white tones, we emphasize the contrast that will define Benny's skeletal features. The details in this stage will really come alive with each different value adding depth to the character. It's really awesome to see how even just grayscale tones can create a compelling character. Benny's story is one of unexpected friendships and loyalty. And I think what I love the most about him is that just like he has died but has still persisted, his goodness in his heart is also like his spirit. It will never, ever, ever fade. Black and white work is always a little intimidating to me because I recognize that the line art really has to be something special, so that way the character has enough personality to carry itself without color. I like doing black and white studies though because it forces you to think. Here's where the magic happens. While this portrait was meant to be in black and white, I felt compelled to add a touch of blue to give it just a little bit of a sparkle. His eyes now carry that icy shimmer commonly associated with Athos' thralls. I think it adds a really intense burst of brightness. It also gave me an excuse to go absolutely bananas with how I rendered these eyes. I don't normally put in so many sparklies, but I needed to. His eyes are the most magical part about him, and I loved being able to play around like this. Benny's eyes tell a story of his connection with Athos and the realm beyond. The blue highlights will hopefully add an otherworldly charm to this piece. And there we have it, Benny the Undead Goofball. It was a joy to create this piece during the One Pale Reflection book launch party, and I'm so thrilled to have been able to share the final product with all of you. Thank you for joining me on this artistic adventure. If you enjoyed the process of bringing Benny to life, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more artistic content. If you're on the Clock app, give me a follow, hit a like, and hopefully I'll see you around. If you enjoy Benny, check out the book he's from, One Pale Reflection, on Amazon. I'll drop a link down in the description below, or if you're on the Clock app, you can check out my bio. Until next time, keep dreaming and keep creating.